Hello, UCAR. Peter Christensen here, coming to you from the CEO's desk. Going to tell you a little story. It's actually a true story. Back in the day, a painting. You may have heard of it. Probably not. The Countessa Colleoni by Giuseppe Vittori. Painted. It's being sold by a Dutch art dealer, Jacques Goudsticker. And World War II happens. Well, the painting disappears. Fast forward to this year, and a family in Argentina, the Codgine family, is selling their home. Well, the Codgine family are descendants of a Nazi officer who ended up in Argentina. And they go to sell their home, and on the wall is this painting. Well, it appears in the listing pictures, and a Dutch journalist sees it, recognizes that's on a registry for stolen art during World War II, Nazi stolen art, and contacts the authorities. The authorities contact the family. A little bit of cat and mouse goes on, but ultimately they find the painting and I think charge the family with some criminal activity based, I think, mostly on them trying to hide the painting after being contacted by the authorities, but don't quote me on that. But the interesting thing is just what this brings up. I just thought it was very interesting that the listing photos are what got them caught. And just it illustrates the importance of knowing what you're taking pictures of, and being being careful with what appears on those. Now, in this instance, probably a good thing, right? That this photo led to that art being recovered, it being stolen. So the moral of the story is not, hey, if you've got criminally obtained artifacts, make sure your seller knows to hide those in the photo. No. That's not what this is about. But it just illustrates the importance of, like, hey, those photos are important. And I think a lot of you know this already, and you tell them to put certain things away. But I think it's just important that a family knows. Maybe they know that this painting that looks like you could have picked it up at a garage sale is a multi-million-dollar painting, legally obtained, but somebody could see it and know, hey, we know where that painting is now. We can go steal it or whatever. And with AI, I think it gets easier and easier to identify objects and comb through listing photos to see if there's anything of value in those photos. So just a reminder to keep your sellers involved in the discussion, that those photos can, and they'll be seen. And so if there's something sensitive and something that's maybe gonna make your home a mark, then you want to be cognizant that those photos will be out there. And in this case, I was kind of hoping, when I heard this story, I was kind of hoping that AI is what found. They were putting in all these photos from listings in Argentina looking for this art. And that's not the case. I'm really actually pretty surprised that a human found that this Dutch journalist was looking at these listings and found that painting. That's pretty remarkable. But I think with the advent of AI and the ease with which it can comb through information, those listing photos are going to be more easily scrutinized. And that Hummel figurine that's worth thousands of dollars that nobody but you knows. Well, AI might know and identify that, and again, it's just something that is now information that people with bad intentions could find. So you just want to be careful. And I think as a listing agent, you want to be careful that your sellers understand, because you will be pushing those photos onto the internet and going to make them very public. And so involve them in the conversation, help them understand, hey, if there's anything you don't want the public to see, you don't want the public to have access to in your home, then let's address that and make our photos appear accordingly. Again, for good purposes, right? To protect the family, for their lawful activities. In this case, it was good that the artwork got recovered. What a fascinating story, though. Pretty cool. The painting, I don't know. You can judge for yourself if you like the painting or not. It's an interesting one. But yeah, just remember, have that conversation with your sellers. Remember, this is not legal advice. This is legal information only. If you need specific legal advice, please contact your attorney. And I am in no way, I'll say it again, encouraging hiding criminal behavior. We're glad these guys got caught, but just brought to my mind like, oh, wow, those pictures are public. And so if I just think, people I know who might have valuable things that pop up in the pictures, you just got to be careful. Thanks for tuning in.